I don't have much time left, but if he becomes the nominee, how do you like his odds of helping Republicans keep the House? Because, the worry from some is he'll lose and that the GOP will lose the House along with him.
He will turn out a tidal wave of voters who are deeply alienated from what they see as corruption in Washington and as economic disasters. And I suspect they will win the Senate and increase the number of seats pretty dramatically in the House.
That, my friends, is what this is all ultimately about. It is all about stopping a second term that promises to go full animal on the deep state of permanent Washington and once and for all finally drain the swamp. This is ultimately about desperately trying to stop the people from rising up and taking back their government. This is about weaponizing every facet of the legal system so as to thwart the single biggest threat to the power and influence of the corrupt permanent political class. This latest indictment is, like all the others, an act of desperation. This only serves to prove just how horrified, how panicked, how hysterical the Democrats and establishment Republicans truly are of the one man in this entire nation that they actually and truly believe can bring them down. With the latest Fulton County fiasco, Donald Trump has now officially been hit with a total of 91 charges. That's right, 91 criminal charges, all of which have been issued over the past 5 months. Every single one of the charges has been brought by Democrat prosecutors in 4 separate jurisdictions, and only after Trump announced that he was running for president again. And to their abject horror, with every freaking indictment, Trump only gets stronger. Look at this. It's now official. After the 3rd indictment, just before this latest one was handed down, Trump's polls continued to go up. According to the latest TIPP poll in July, 53% of Republicans said they supported Trump. Now that number's hit nearly 60%. Trump now officially leads DeSantis 57-12. This is not a primary. This is a slaughter. With every indictment handed down, Trump's polls go up. So what do you think is going to happen now with this latest Georgia fiasco? I mean, the pattern has been clear over these last 5 months. Trump has gone from 40% support to now upwards of 60%. The more voters see how utterly desperate the establishment is in getting rid of Trump, the more they support him, as they should. The great Robert Barnes, an attorney, tweeted out, quote, "The Georgia indictment is the most insane yet by the looniest prosecutor yet. Claims tweets are conspiracies, legal advice is a crime, constitutional law is a criminal act, and demanding officials to do their job, criminal solicitation. It's an embarrassment to the state of Georgia." And it is an embarrassment. I'm sure many of you heard about how the Fulton County DA's office ended up inadvertently posting the offenses which they plan to charge Trump with even before the grand jury voted on it. The Fulton County DA's office incompetently showed their hand that they had already written up the charges regardless of what the grand jury ended up deciding on. It's the very definition of a kangaroo court. And it ultimately proves that this Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, is an utter buffoon. She's a complete and total idiot. But as it turns out, that buffoonery extends to the grand jury as well. They went ahead and rubber-stamped 10 counts, 10 utterly absurd counts against President Trump that were the exact same as the ones that were mistakenly posted even before the grand jury had voted to indict. The same charges that the court took down just hours prior, calling it all a mistake and fictitious. No. Suddenly it all resurfaced as the official indictment. I mean, this is an embarrassment to banana republics. Third world dictators are red-faced over this. Not to mention how pathetic the charges actually are. Matt Beebe tweeted out, "It's like they had a hyper-partisan first-year law student feed a bunch of MSNBC transcripts into ChatGPT and asked it to prepare an indictment. It's total clown world." And Republicans are absolutely livid over this, and they are demanding that our leaders fight. If they want to see another day in office past the next election, they had better get off their pathetic asses and fight. Wait until you see this. But first, gang, do you love meat? I know I do. But the globalists in power at the WEF, along with their media lackeys at places like NPR, do not want you to be enjoying red meat and organic animal products on a regular basis. I recall a certain Klaus Schwab very much wanting us to eat the bugs, as it were. But I have the antidote to this anti-meat fervor right here with ButcherBox. You're going to absolutely love this. ButcherBox is a service that assembles a curated box of organic, grass-fed, free-range, wild-caught everything every month and delivers it straight to your door. Up to 14 pounds of meat. They're amazing. And get this, if you click on that link below right now, they're offering you 2 packs of high-quality bacon. Bacon, gang. Absolutely free in every one of your boxes. That's 24 packs of free bacon. But that's a limited time offer, so don't wait. Click the link in my description below and get some of the highest quality meats available today. Republicans are demanding action against this renegade Democrat lawfare. Republican congressional candidate Anthony Sabatini tweeted out, quote, "The Georgia legislature must call a special session tomorrow and immediately subpoena Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis tomorrow. In the meantime, freeze all funds to her office. Any Republican, especially in Georgia, not calling for this must be eliminated from office." Kim.com tweeted out, "The desperation of the Democrats and their deep state partners to send Trump to jail reveals how worried they are. The Democrats and their shady partners turned the U.S. into a cesspool of corruption, propaganda, and censorship. They will do anything to prevent Trump or RFK Jr." Carrie Lake tweeted out, "The stakes are clear. We either elect Donald Trump to be the 47th president of the United States, or the corrupt deep state sends him to jail for the crime of returning the government back to we the people. Enough of this banana republic. We want our free country back." Here's the great one, Mark Levin on Fox.
Well, Stalin would be proud. I'm sure Putin's proud. I'm sure our enemies are celebrating. Our allies are appalled at what's going on here. What's happened here is, and Alan hit it pretty well there, Congress is supposed to make all these final decisions. You're not supposed to criminalize the challenging of electors or dual electors or counting of votes and that sort of thing. These are prosecutors. These are grand juries. The legal system, the judicial system has completely been bastardized in these districts, completely. We are going through the motions of justice here, like autocratic regimes. We're going through the motions. We have judges. Most countries don't have grand juries. Grand juries were set up to help defendants. Now they help prosecutors. These are all Democrat cities going through the motions, a Democrat president, a Democrat attorney general who's been doing a number of outrageous things. And this is a grave attack on our judicial system, our system of justice, and our election system. And this is an attack on the Republican Party. Don't you dare challenge elections. Don't you dare send in other electors. Don't you dare question machines. Don't you dare do a damn thing, because nobody knows what the rules are in these Democrat cities or these states anymore. It is horrendous.
It is horrendous. And it may end up giving Trump electoral superpowers. The most recent Harvard-Harris poll found that 55% of the population believes that the federal indictment against President Trump was politically motivated. That's the Jack Smith indictment. 56% believe that it's a deliberate interference in the 2024 election by Biden's Justice Department. A supermajority is emerging that's ready to push back against this weaponized legalism and restore the rule of law. And if Republican leaders don't step up here and push back against this blatant, weaponized lawfare, they may find themselves swept out in a coming electoral tsunami as well. Are you ready to join the resistance? Because I'm leading a group of dedicated, courageous patriots who can lead a spearhead into the heart of the secular globalist establishment. We punished Bud Light and Target, driven CNN and the legacy media to near bankruptcy, forced BlackRock to backtrack on ESG, and now we're seeing our conservative-dominated Supreme Court ending affirmative action and protecting religious liberty. In my Insiders Club, I show you concrete steps to take locally and online that will only keep this mass uprising going until the battle is won. Don't wait. Click the link in my description below and join my Courageous Patriots Insiders Club today.